Jim Carrey's iconic franchise Dumb and Dumber has been a significant part of comedy cinema since its release in 1994. The film, which featured Carrey alongside Jeff Daniels in their unforgettable roles as the clueless duo Lloyd Christmas and Harry Dunn, captured the hearts of audiences worldwide with its slapstick humor and memorable one-liners. Over the years, fans have continued to embrace the absurdity and charm of the film, making it a lasting favorite in pop culture. Now, after decades of anticipation and speculation, the Dumb and Dumber franchise has received an exciting update from none other than director Bobby Farrelly. During a recent promotional tour for their new comedy Dear Santa, Bobby and his brother Peter Farrelly, who both co-directed the original Dumb and Dumber, shared some surprising insights into the future of the beloved franchise. The Farrelly brothers, known for their outrageous and often controversial comedies, have left the door open for the possibility of another Dumb and Dumber installment. When asked about revisiting the iconic comedy duo, Bobby Farrelly was candid in his response, telling Collider, "We could never rule out maybe doing another Dumb and Dumber, and this year's the 30th anniversary." He went on to explain that while it might not be in the immediate future, a return to the franchise could be possible down the line, especially when considering the significant milestone of the 40th anniversary. Maybe at the 40th anniversary, just because we love Jim and Jeff and Daniel so much, we have so much fun making those that we could revisit that for sure, Bobby added, sparking hope in fans who have long dreamed of seeing Lloyd and Harry back on the big screen. The prospect of a Dumb and Dumber sequel has been a topic of discussion for years, with fans often wondering whether the Farrelly brothers would ever entertain the idea of another film. After all, it's been over a decade since the release of Dumb and Dumber 2, the 2014 sequel that brought Carrey and Daniels back together for another round of ridiculous antics. While the 2014 film wasn't as widely celebrated as the original, it still enjoyed a dedicated fan base and further cemented the legacy of the two characters. Despite this, fans have often speculated whether a third movie might be on the horizon, especially with Carrey and Daniels both still active in their careers. As it turns out, the Farrelly brothers have not ruled out the possibility entirely. In fact, they have even mentioned that the idea for a new Dumb and Dumber entry has already been discussed. In a surprising revelation, Peter Farrelly shared that Jim Carrey himself had pitched a title for the potential sequel. Jim wanted to call it Gum and Gummier, Peter revealed, adding a sense of humor to the already comical notion of a third film. The name is a playful nod to the original Dumb and Dumber title, continuing the tradition of absurdity that made the first two films so memorable. This revelation has sparked excitement among fans who have longed for more of the zany adventures of Lloyd and Harry. Carrey and Daniels have maintained a strong fan following for their portrayals of the lovable, bumbling characters, and many fans believe that there's still plenty of room for more laughs from the duo. Whether or not the proposed Gum and Gummier title sticks, the possibility of a new Dumb and Dumber film seems to be something that the Farrelly brothers and their stars are open to exploring. Of course, a potential third installment would likely take place many years after the events of Dumb and Dumber 2. Both Carrey and Daniels have changed significantly in the decades since their last adventure as Lloyd and Harry, and fans have wondered what the characters might look like in their later years. It's unclear what kind of storyline would bring the two back together, but given the franchise's history of over-the-top humor and outlandish scenarios, fans can likely expect something just as ridiculous and offbeat as the films that came before it. The Dumb and Dumber franchise has always been one of those rare comedies that transcends its original release to become a part of the cultural zeitgeist. The original film, despite its critical reception being mixed at the time, went on to become a cult classic. Its impact on comedy films, particularly in the 1990s, is undeniable. The dynamic between Carrey and Daniels, both known for their distinct comedic styles, created a pairing that was unlike anything audiences had seen before. Their chemistry on screen was electric, and their performances as the utterly clueless pair of friends has become one of the most iconic comedic duos in film history. As time has gone on, Dumb and Dumber has continued to hold a special place in the hearts of fans. It has inspired countless catchphrases, memes, and references in pop culture. The film's influence can be seen in numerous other comedies that have followed in its footsteps, with many aspiring filmmakers citing Dumb and Dumber as a major influence on their own comedic work. The enduring appeal of the film's absurd humor and endearing characters has made it one of the most beloved comedy films of all time. So, the idea of revisiting Dumb and Dumber for a third film is an exciting prospect for fans. While there is no guarantee that the film will come to fruition anytime soon, the Farrelly brothers' comments indicate that they are at least open to the idea of returning to the franchise. With the 30th anniversary of the original film upon us, it's clear that the legacy of Dumb and Dumber is still very much alive. Whether or not Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels reunite for another round of hilariously misguided antics remains to be seen, but fans can rest assured that the possibility is still very much on the table. For now, fans can continue to celebrate the enduring legacy of the franchise and hope that at some point in the future, Lloyd and Harry will make their triumphant return to the big screen, possibly in the form of Gum and Gummery or whatever title the Farrelly brothers deem fit for their next adventure.